Good morning, all my dear friends. Today we are going to have a webinar on what after 10th. We have Professor Mandar Bhanushe with us. He is going to, Namaste sir. He is going to explain us basically what we had till 10th, what are our options with us after 10th, and how we can see all those options in our way as well and from other perspectives as well. Okay, so before that, let me introduce my company, My Academist, before starting the webinar. I will introduce myself and then we will go towards the webinar. So friends, as you can see, this webinar is powered by My Academist. My Academist is a company based out of Pune, which provides home tuitions in Pune and PCMC area. So basically, let me introduce My Academist. My Academist provides one-to-one interactive home tuitions to the students from first standard up to 12th standard. So the students which need special attention, students which are more intellectual, and students which need a little bit of a nudge can join My Academist. So what is the use of My Academist? What does My Academist provide which is better? So it gives a tailored solution for all the students. It gives one-to-one interactive tuitions. My Academist also have weekly tests. They also have full syllabus test series. All the tutors which are with My Academist are expert tutors. All the content, all the notes are free of cost, which are available not just for My Academic students but all of the students, which can be downloaded as you can see on the screen by My Academist app. You just have to search My Academist on the Google Play Store, or also you can search on the Apple Store as well. So My Academist gives you a better solution for your whole education need. Okay, so the team of My Academist has 12 content writers. We have a team of 15 researchers. We have taught 1 lakh plus hours, and we have 10,000 students with 1,000 tutors. If you have any inquiry, you can just call us on 8070 000 You can just WhatsApp on that number as well. So moving towards our webinar, we have Professor Mandar Bhanushe with us. It is an absolute delight to be with Professor Mandar Bhanushe, and all the students who are listening to this video are really lucky, because I'm going to introduce Mandar sir. So here it is. So Mandar sir has completed MSc and MPhil in mathematics from University of Mumbai. He is an assistant professor at University of Mumbai. He is also a chairman of an NGO with works in the field of mathematics education. He has been a member of ICDE Norway from 2014 to 2019. He is also a member of a committee in University of Mumbai. He has been conducting n number of workshops for teachers as well as students on mathematics. Now, he has also trained 4,500 plus teachers in various e-learning tools and technologies. He has also received a national award for best education webinar series at Indian Education Congress 2013, which was held in May 2013 in New Delhi. He is also a receiver of National Talent Search Award of 2017-18, which was awarded by Indian Accounting Association Thane chapter. He has also published 8 research papers and 2 articles in various international and national conferences. He is an author of 4 books in mathematics for BCom, BMS and BSc courses as well. And he is also a member of Swayam Mentor Committee in University of Mumbai. Now we will move towards Professor Mandar Bhanushe. Sir, up to you.
Yes, so a very good morning to all of you, and I'm really happy to be on this show here right now and talk to you about the various options which you have with respect to after 10th, what is going to be your career as a choice, and how do you think about your prospects after 10th standard. So in that sense, it is really good Sunday morning to be with you and to share with you some insights based on my experiences and my deliberations with the generation and the millennials who are there to make the best of India in the coming days. So I'm really glad to interact with all of you right now in this webinar. And I'm sure you will be definitely looking for certain inputs from my side. So I'll begin the show by a certain, by sharing my screen first of all, so that you will be able to see something which I'm going to tell you to do. I hope you are ready with the pen and paper, and that is what I am going to tell you to do certain work now. Okay, so just give me a feedback in the Facebook chat, comment that you are ready with some kind of writing pen and paper material with you, or you're going to just listen very carefully. So if you're ready, just give a thumbs up in the comments. So let us begin the show. And here is the first thing which I'm going to tell you to do. Okay, so you have to go to a website which I'm going to tell you now. And if you could see the website right now, it is also being shared in the Facebook comment. The website is www.menti.com, M-E-N-T-I, menti.com. And you can see this website here on the screen also right now, which is being shared with you. The code which will appear on the screen when you go to this menti.com is 597410. Okay, so just go to the website menti.com and enter the code 597410. Okay, I'll repeat the code 597410. And there are 3 questions which are there on the screen. You have to answer those 3 questions one by one. So don't worry what's happening on Facebook Live here. Go to that website. You will be hearing the audio from my side. So you don't have to worry about what's happening here. So I'm waiting for you people to to be there. Are you there on the website? So I should be seeing some people joined here. As of now, I can't see anybody is joined here. Okay, 2 people have joined. Good. 3. And all 3 are going for only one, science. So quickly go to this website, menti.com, M-E-N-T-I, menti.com, and use the code 597410. 4 people have given the response, and all 4 are from science background. Oh, there's one person who is there in the undecided block also. That's good. Others, give me your feedback also. 6, 7, the numbers are slowly increasing. 8, very good. 9, oh, there's one person from commerce stream. Good, good. So let us increase these numbers. 10 people have responded. I'll repeat the code 597410. The website is menti.com, M-E-N-T-I, menti.com. 12 people have responded. Good. Fine. Great, great. That's good to see. And I hope the others also follow. And let us go to the second question that is more interesting and also will give a good picture in front of all us. So let us go be on the same page, and the second question is there for you. Tell me, what are the 3 career options which you have thought of, or you have heard of, or you feel that you should be able to reach to that career spot. So there will be the three options which you have to type on your screen on that same page of menti.com with the same code 597410, and just give me three career options which you think of. That can be anything. Okay, right, whatever. I'm not giving you any hint. So you think of whatever you have thought of. Good. So the first answer is there on the screen. Very nice. You type your answer. I'll tell you what are the reflections also. Okay. Great. So now I can see architecture, animation, Air Force, Army, Navy, architect, doctor, engineer, computer. Okay. That's the response which I received from 3 students. Okay. And there were, I think, 13 or 14 last time in the first question. So we should be expecting a similar number here. Good. Nice. 7 people have responded. Quite interesting and very happy day for me to see that the majority people are talking about Air Force. So it's the armed services. I'm so happy, a proud Indian, to see majority of you would like to go for Air Force. Then for doctors, which is in the pandemic kind of COVID-19 environment, people are thinking of becoming a doctor and serving the society. Excellent, excellent. So I can see Air Force, doctor, engineer, IAS, IPS. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Good, good, good. So with this as a good response from your side, let us go to the last third question to begin with. And the question is there in front of you. You have to just join the quiz. This is a quiz question. All 14 of you have to join, and then I'll press the enter button from here so that you can participate in the quiz. This is a timer based quiz, and the first person, the second person, third person is going to get something from my academist. So Aniket ji, Deshkari sir, it is up to you to give some chocolates at the end. So let's start the quiz. It's a timer based quiz. Get ready, start. The question there is in front of you, which is asking that, do you think the 10th marks which you have got is the only thing which decides your future? And the options are yes and no, and the counter has gone to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's see the answers. 13 of you say no and 2 of you say yes. The correct answer is obviously no, and I'll give you the explanation also for that. Let's see who are the winners. Okay, Darshan Patil, congratulations, and congratulations to all those who participated in this quiz. A lovely reflection, which is what I've received from all of you, and you deserve a chocolate from my academist. I hope Professor Deshkari and Aniket ji will deliver that to you as early as possible. Let us finish this feedback which I was taking from you with a very nice shlok from the Sanskrit. And the shlok says, and you can give your reactions on the shlok, Kriya Siddhi Satve Bhavati Mahatam Nopakarane. You can give your reactions. There is an option of giving a reaction also. Okay. What this Sanskrit shlok or Subhashit means, it means that Kriya Siddhi Satve Bhavati. If you want to be successful in your life, what is that is important are not the instruments, no upakarane, na upakarane. So upakaran, the instruments which you use are not that important. What is important to be successful or to be very much progressive in your life? It is a sattva. And that sattva, I think, is something which is very important when we talk about the career prospects in our life. With that shloka or that Subhashit as a background to our today's webinar, let us go to the presentation now. So I'm going to share my presentation, and that is going to actually take this meeting forward. So give me a moment to share my screen and my presentation. So I hope you're able to see the presentation screen, and fine, very good. So we talked about just now Kriya Siddhi Bhavati Sattve Bhavati. So Sattva is very important when you talk about anything with related to career prospects, anything to be successful in life. What is that is required is the Sattva, and without that, everything is not going to be. Nothing is going to be possible in your life. Meanwhile, as I go to the next slide of my presentation, you can see on the screen right now, and also in the comment box, Aniket sir is going to share a link where I expect you to put your thoughts about your career prospects. How do you think about your career? What do you think about your career? If you go to that link, I'll just share that you can see on the screen right now. This is the link, and in the comment also, I am hopeful that sir has already shared this padlet.com/Mandar. That is my name /career after 10th. 10th is replaced with the alphabet X. If you go to this place, you can, meanwhile, when the lecture is going on, you can put your comments, you can share your photo, you can share your thoughts, you can share a URL. There are a lot of things to share on that place. Towards the end of the session, I'll come back to this place and I'll show what are the reflections which I've received from you all. Okay, so let us begin the presentation. See, we all of us must be worried about or thinking about what will be the career path of myself and how I look at it. How should I look at it? There you must have received a lot of suggestions, obviously, from your parents, from your friends, from your relatives, and from your teachers, and from all those knowns and unknown people whom you meet. Everybody who knows that, oh, you are in 10th standard or you have passed your 10th. Okay, then this is the career which you should choose. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So many people share so many thoughts about career. I, as an individual, how do I look at my career path? How do I decide my career path? What is that I should look for the reasoning of choosing a career path, and what is that I should not look at? So, what are the reasons which will go fail, and what are the reasons which will actually be very useful for me when I talk about my success? In the Subhashita which we saw just now, Kriya Siddhi Sattve Bhavati. So Sattva is what is important if you want to become the successful person. In addition to that, I'll tell you a story of Bhakta Prahlad. All of you must have heard about Bhakta Prahlad. And he was a very successful king. And he was known for his quality of dan. So anybody who asked anything from him, he was a person known for giving whatever anybody asked. So one day Indra thought that he should take a test of Bhakta Prahlad, and he went to meet Prahlad as a yachaka, and he stood in front of Prahlad and said that I want something from you, hey Raja. Would you like to give? So Prahlad said, yes, I am known for all these kind of things. So you don't worry at all. Whatever you ask, I'll give it to you. So Indra says to Prahlad that I want your Swatva. So he thought for a moment, what is this Swatva is asking? He should have asked for gold coins. He should have asked for some kind of dhanya. So nothing he asked about that. He has asked nothing, no ornaments, no jewels, no money, nothing, but he's asking for Swatva. Okay, fine. So he just closes his eyes, and from his inner body, he takes out a small jyoti, and he puts it in the hands of Indra. And Indra takes it away, and as he moves back and starts walking, without wasting any second moment, another jyoti comes out from the body of Prahlad, and that starts walking behind Indra. So Prahlad asks, who are you and why are you leaving me? So that jyoti says that I am Lakshmi. You have given away your Swatva, and therefore I cannot stay without Swatva. I am leaving you. As she moves, another jyoti also starts walking away, and then Prahlad asks, who are you now? And then she says, I am Saraswati. Where there is no Swatva, where there is no Lakshmi, I also cannot stay. So Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, both start going away with Indra. And then another third jyoti comes out and starts walking behind all these three people. And then Prahlad says, oh my God, now who are you who are leaving me? And that jyoti says, I am Bal, or power. And he says that where there is no Swatva, there cannot be no Lakshmi, there cannot be Saraswati, and there cannot be Bal also with that. स्वत्व गया, उसके साथ में धन गया, उसके साथ में विद्या गई, उसके साथ में सारी शक्ति चली गई. So if you lose your svatva, your own selfness, what are you? Who are you? Why are you here? If you forget all these important things about your own self, and that is exactly what makes you fix your personal goals, then you will be nobody. So if you want to be successful in your career path, if you want to have a very strong career, what is that is going to guide it? The guiding forces are sattva and svatva. Don't forget these two things. So you have to introspect. Why I'm saying these things, you might be also thinking a while that instead of giving you the various job opportunities and institute names and the courses which I have to do, why am I telling you these kind of things? But this is something which really minds, which is most important, which very few people will tell you. We have to understand that who I am. See, God has given us two eyes, and unfortunately, those two eyes are in such a position that they always look outward. So we can see what's happening around us. We cannot see what is happening inside us unless we close our eyes. So we have to close our eyes and we have to look into ourselves, and that is going to give us answers to these two questions. What are these two questions? The questions is, what am I good at? What is that I like? What is that I enjoy? If you have answers to these questions, then choosing your career path doesn't become a difficult job. In that case, you have certain things as predominant in your mind, on the basis of which you are going to decide based on the options available in front of you. So the first basic important thing for all of us to understand is, what am I good at? Mere marks are not going to help us. Please understand that. See, when we say that our colleges and universities and schools are temples for us, and when we go to a temple, we keep outside our chappals and then we go inside the temple. We never go with the chappals, right? This is a something analogy which I'm trying to give you to make you understand that when you are going on the career path, keep your chappals of marks outside. So you might have got 95%, 96%, or the other 69%, or some people have just passed with 35% or 40% of marks. Leave aside these marks now. Forget what were your marks, because your marks are not something which are going to actually decide your career. Your career depends upon many more aspects as compared to your career. So if I just give you this front slide which I had in the initial stage, this center stage is your career, you can see. And what is so many options you can see which build your career. Of that, this education is only one aspect. Skills are there, networking is there, experience is there, interest is there, values are there. So let us not forget these important things which are there, which forms your career. So keep those thoughts about your marks outside. It's a history for you now. Don't too much think about how much marks you get. I many a times in my lectures compare this. In Marathi, we use the word which gives the correct essence of what I say. After your generally 10th standard or 12th standard results, there's a felicitation program organized at many places, and it is called as Gunwant Vidyarthi Karyakram. So I always say that you people are Gunwant or Marksvant. So there is a lot difference between being Gunavanta, a person with good qualities, and person with good marks. So a Marksvant cannot be always equal to Gunavanta. What as a society or what as an individual we expect is Gunavanta, people, a person with good qualities, and good qualities are certainly not related to good marks. So let us come out of this thought process where marks are going to form the center stage of the entire career discussion. Okay, so our first thing is to understand is about the personal goals, the personal feelings and thought. I'll tell you example. I know lots and lots of examples where people have scored very good, say for example in maths and science in their 10th standard, but they choose a career which is related to commerce, or which is related to arts, or which is related to something else, even business. So don't see this kind. We have to break the silos that if a person gets more than 80%, then the student has to select the science stream. If you get somewhere between 60 to 80 percentage marks, then you have to select the commerce stream. And if you score less than 60% or 50%, then obviously you have to go to the art stream. This is something which is a mindset of all of us. I know so many people who have scored more than 90%, have gone to art stream, done the excellent career in their life, and vice versa also, with low percentage of marks in the 10th standard, still going for science stream and becoming a good scientist or becoming a good academician. I have seen these kind of examples also. So let us come out of this mindset which has divided the entire marks and put those marks into some boxes called as art, science, and commerce, and etc. How do you decide what is should be your career goal? What is that who is going to decide? Many a times people who come for counseling and who come for asking for their children, the first question which comes to their mind and which they ask without any hesitation is that, if I do this and this course, will there be any prospectus for a job? Then they ask that, will that job which I think of doing with respect to this education going to give me enough money? Okay, so salary is one major concern which people think. They I have the question in mind whether there will be any job if I do this course. Will this job profile be there till I pass out my graduation and post graduation? All these questions which you have in your mind, or the thought process which you have with respect to these things, let me tell you one very important thing here, that you should not decide your career based on these kind of superficial things. I mean, nobody will guarantee you that in the next 20 years, this particular stream is going to be the best in the world. Nobody is going to assure you that in the coming next 10 years, this kind of job market is going to sustain. The whole world is moving in some different chaotic environment, and so many disturbances are there. Now you just look into these last 6 months which we are facing. Who might have thought 6 months ago or 1 year ago that this kind of situation will be there, where we will not be able to come out of the homes, and then everything including education to your job is going to be limited to the four walls inside your homes. So therefore, let us not decide about the career based on whether I will get a job if I do this particular course, whether I will be able to get good enough salary if I do this course, or whether there is any prospects and there is a sustainability involved in this particular course. There is something which is always left out in the discussion, which I feel is again very important for all of us. And that is, I feel, this option of entrepreneurship. See, nobody thinks of this entrepreneurship or having your own self business kind of environment. This is something which is very much left out, and that is what I feel always is we should be thinking of. Don't depend only on taking job. Okay, so what is the phrase which is being used nowadays is, don't become job seekers, become job givers. So if I can create a job prospects for 10 people, 15 people, 100 people, isn't that good as compared to I looking for a job with somebody paying me 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 or 1 lakh rupees a month? So we have to change our mindset. That is what I'm saying. And changing the mindset requires, first of all, looking inside. What are the good things which I have? What is that interests me? And finally, not looking into career goals into a myopic view, but a broader view which will take care of everything which is expected. So this is what I think we should always remember. I'll also quote here Swami Vivekananda, because that is again something which is very much basic and important. I can say the foundations of all this thought process about career. Swami Vivekananda at one place says that neither name nor fame or money is important. See, we have to just reflect upon this first half of this statement itself, that if anybody asks you that why do you want to become an engineer or a scientist or an architecture or a doctor or something in good career prospects, the answer is because I want to earn money, because I want to get some kind of name, some kind of fame. So Swamiji says very, very clearly here, neither the name nor the fame or the money is what is most important in your life. What is most important in your life is the character, naitikta, the character that can cleave through the adamantine walls of difficulties. So whenever in your career path, in your life, you face difficulties, it is not your name, your money, your bank balance, your fame that is not going to help you to overcome those difficulties. What is that is going to help you to overcome is your character, is how you have been personified. These things are more important in your life. Let us not mix getting a name, getting some money, good salary, getting a fame with your life. These are not two equals. Second is, do not imitate others. Do not try to duplicate. If somebody is doing X thing, then I also do the same X thing. See, many times in our relations, in our families, these kind of comparisons are there. See, the son of that cousin of mine, he did 10th standard with good 90% marks. Then he went to this area. Then he went this. Then went to US or UK and he got a good job. Now he's settled. What about you? Can't you do the same thing? So these kind of comparisons are not good. I am I cannot be you. This is applicable to everybody. Each person is a unique person. That unique person has his own unique personality points. Based on that is what we have to decide. You are your own self. You are the maker and you are the destroyer. You are the creator and you are the destroyer of your own self. Let us understand this as a very important point. And therefore, let us not imitate somebody. Let us not duplicate what somebody else has done, because each person is unique. Each person has its own personality. Look inside. What is your strength? What are your positives? What is that interest you more? And if there is no satisfaction in what you are doing, you will never sustain in that particular field. Say for example, you got good percentage. I'm just giving a random example. With good percentage, you go to medical, you become a doctor. And if actually your personality is not suitable and is not getting satisfied, your mental satisfaction is not there in being a doctor, you will have to leave that job. Otherwise, you have to be staying there without any satisfaction. And with no satisfaction comes a lot of other all negatives. So what is important? The important thing is to have satisfaction. And what is that guaranteed satisfaction? It are your own personal qualities, your interest. What is that and makes you enjoy your life? That is something where your sustainability of your career and the satisfaction in your career lies. So let us understand this. It's a mall-like situation. Nowadays we have malls everywhere, and if you enter inside the mall, you take a basket and just you roam around, you pick up random things, whatever you want, put it in the basket, pay the money and come out with whatever you want. This world today with respect to education and what is that should I choose after my 10th standard is like a mall like situation. You enter with that, your ambition, your money and your time is what you give, and in return you what you take is something from arts, something from science, something from commerce and something from allied areas. But please understand that there is a prospect that in a mall like situation, after coming home, if you dislike something, you can go back and return and take the money back probably. But in this education stream, in this education mall environment, once you invest your ambitions, your time, your money and go to a certain direction, after a certain time coming back is not possible. You have already taken away that time from your entire time span of your life. So there is no scope of coming back once you have entered into this field. And therefore, when you are investing or when you're putting your ambitions and money and time and everything in this, you have to be very much careful when you're doing these things. You have to be wise enough to choose. Who is going to take a decision? I can understand that this is a very early age where you may not be able to choose absolutely everything on your own. You will have to depend upon your parents, your peers, your relatives, your teachers, and some or people whom you would like to take some kind of guidance from. But then that element has to be minimal element and the majority component has to come from you. So the decision maker is you. So you can decide anything. You can, after 10th standard, you can go to art stream. After 10th, you can go to science stream, commerce stream. There are options where you can select ITI courses. There are options where you can go to diploma in engineering programs. There are certain paramedical courses which you can take after 10th standard. There are many skill based certificate courses, very specific job oriented courses which you can do after your 10th standard, and you can get into the either the business environment or a job environment. So it is completely up to you to decide that how much you would like to spend in the formal education structure. Formal, I'm saying, because this is what generally people would like to do. And what are your options which you think with respect to these, which are directly related to some kind of career environment immediately after you do the courses? So whether you do some certificate skill based courses, some job oriented courses, some paramedical courses, ITI, which are very technical courses, or you get into the +2, +3, +2 environment where you do your 12th standard, then your graduation, then your post graduation, and then you have a path which is generally called as a formal higher education. I'll very briefly talk about various options which are there in the art, science, and commerce stream, because we have limited time and therefore we will not get into the details of that. I'm sure in this world of internet, all of you are very much having the access of internet, and you would be able to search your own ways in which you can proceed in particular direction. But the direction is very important. We are putting our entire efforts into this, but the efforts, if are going into wrong direction, then things will not move. I'll tell you a short story and then we'll go to the next slide where we'll discuss in detail about all these 5-6 different streams. And the story is about 4 passengers who were traveling in a car, and the car suddenly break down at a certain point on a road where there were no people around. So they all got down and they thought, okay, there is certain problem in this, and they asked the driver, what is the problem? The driver said the problem is that this battery is not working, so the car has to be pushed, and then only the engine can work, the battery can start. So he said, why don't you please help me out and let us take this opportunity and just try out whether this happens. So he requested and all the 4 agreed, and then all the 4 started pushing the car. After all efforts were done and and people were really sweating a lot in that hot sunlight, but there was no result, no outcome. The car didn't move 1 centimeter, 1 inch also. And then why was that happening? The driver was not looking outside what these 4 people are doing. He was just busy with the key of the car and the engine and the accelerator. And suddenly when he looked up outside the car, he saw that 2 people are in the front and 2 people are at the back, and all 4 are giving their entire effort and hard work and determination and dedication and sweat and time and energy. Everything is being given, but 2 people are pushing towards the north and 2 people are pushing towards the south. What is the final outcome? The car is at the same place where it was. Our life also should not be like this, where we are putting efforts, but the efforts are going into wrong directions, and hence there is no outcome. So direction, dedication, determination, everything is important. Perseverance, all these qualities are important, but unless we have a specific direction where we have to go, otherwise in that Hindi film song, Jaun kaha bataye dil, duniya badi hai tanku. So it may happen like that with us also, that we don't know where to go. So as to not happen, and let us not fall into this environment, what is that we have to do? We have to fix our own decisions, our own self, and some kind of direction has to be decided. Based on that, we could be achieving some kind of success in the career path. Let us see in detail the different streams and what do they offer. Now, this is something which one of my very close friend, Vijay Navlesar, has already created. I am just using what he has created. This is after 10th standard. Basically, he has given, I'll show you in parts because the whole diagram will not be visible to everybody. So we can see the bifurcation. After 10th standard, you can go to engineering diploma. You can also become an LIC agent. And defense is what I like, because in the feedback which I got from you, many of you were talking about Army, Navy, and Air Force. Then there is this art teacher diploma which is there. ITI can be done. Railways is a good opportunity. Fine arts, people who are good at drawing can go to fine arts. Becoming police constable, airman, soldier, all these kind of job prospects are there. And then MPSC, UPSC obviously is there. So you may choose one path like this. I'm not showing beyond 12th right now because that is not required, because you can definitely look at it later. And then this is another side where banks are there, government clerical exams are there, certain diploma in performing arts is there, then certain things related to simple business like environments of animal husbandry, horticulture, farm management, now agrotourism, so many different things are coming up. Then some paramedical things like medical lab technician certificate courses are there, various diploma courses in interior design. Stenography nowadays is gone, but MSc IT is there, garment technology is there, data entry operators are there, and many such courses. So this is just in short trying to tell you so many different options as you can see on the screen, and you can get this with a small Google search. If you just type career path finder, and then you will get this image on your own. It also discusses in detail what you can do after your 12th commerce, what you can do after your 12th science, and what you can do after your 12th arts and 12th science. So many different options you can do. If your majority of you I can see are from science background, so maybe this is what is more applicable to you, and you would like to know more on this. So let me zoom in into this much portion. As you can see, you can do BSc in different subjects like basic sciences, physics, chemistry, maths, bio, pharmacy, architecture, engineering. So many important things are there. Of course NDA में जाएंगे तो देश की सेवा भी कर पाएंगे. Then medical, you have Ayurvedic, homeopathic, veterinary sciences. Then allopathy is MBBS, MD, master in surgery. Dentist is there. Nursing is there. Lab related, pathological lab related courses are there. Film related courses are there, which you can do from any arts commerce stream also, no problem in that. Engineering courses will give you certain other career prospects. Hotel management is there. Media is there. So many things are there. Now I'm showing you this in very brief because, as I said, that in today's world it is not at all that important that I tell you about what you have to exactly do which course, because that you can definitely decide on your own once you look inside and find out what are the strengths you have, which are the areas in which you are more comfortable or you have interest. Probably you can choose a certain direction based on that. So let us briefly talk about the various streams and the courses and career which are there in these various streams. One is to begin with is the art stream. As we can see, so many subjects there. So you can see history is there, different languages are there. Nowadays there is a big demand for languages also. So let us not think that languages are not that important. It is only for communication languages required. Languages are required in much more sense nowadays when everything is going global. We have globalization, internationalization. Languages do matter. I'm from University of Mumbai, and our University of Mumbai's German department has is offering lots of certificate online courses in Japanese language, in Chinese language, in German. We have a French department. Spanish languages are there. In Indian languages also, we teach for non-Marathi students. We teach Marathi language. So there are so many courses are available in the area of languages, which are very useful, and it has a certain career prospect also. Translation studies is something which is a growing industry. So there are a lot of translations which are happening not only in Indian perspective from regional languages, but also from the international perspective, where a literature from France or German or Japan or Korea or some other country is being translated into native languages here. So we have this languages is something which is a very big horizon. I can say we have to look into history, linguistics. So linguistics and languages is different. Let us understand that. So linguistics is the science of language. So you have to understand how how the grammar works and what are the details of that. And that is also a very good prospect. Literature. So all kind of literature studies, again, very important. Without literature, the generations cannot grow unless, say, when I was speaking with you, just in the flow of my talk, I shared two stories with you. So stories, poems, and everything which comes in the literature gives you a lot of reflections. Our Vedas, Puranas, Upanishad, whatever we have is the ancient knowledge, gives us so many things about how to live in the life, and therefore literature is very important, and we can have a good career with respect to that also. studying philosophy, all kind of philosophical things which we have, Indian philosophy, American philosophy, and other philosophies. How does philosophy mold the life? So many things. Religious studies, performing arts. It may be dance, music, drama, all kind of performing arts, and a very good career people have. So again, let us not look down at any of these options. So I really sometimes don't understand why people think that choosing arts is something which is very low. It is absolutely not. We all like Lata Mangeshkar, we all like Shreya Ghoshal, we like A.R. Rahman, we like Ustar and Zakir Hussain, and so many other people. So these are all good performing artists, and they are good in their own area, and we really love them, we respect them. So it is something which is very much important for all of us to understand, that this is also something which is not only a profession, which is not only a career, but it is a life for many people. Okay, so I know in mathematics, Professor Manjul Bhargav who has received the Fields Medal in 2014, he is an excellent tabla player. And he says that whenever he finds problems of mathematics difficult to solve, he goes and plays tabla, and from that he gets some kind of insights of how to solve the mathematical problems. So let us not take these all options which are there into something which is something is at the top and something is at the low level. Nothing like that. Everybody is at the same equal level. Anthropology, how things develop, human things, public relations, very important. In wherever position you are in the public domain, maintaining public relations is something very important. Sociology, psychology, so much important is this area of psychology. Now today, if you want to do certain kind of counseling, who will do that counseling for you? This one hour live webinar is not going to give you the entire thing which you expect. So you have to go to a counselor, and these professional counselors are trained to take out the things from your mind. So very interesting area, applied psychology, psychomotor things. We have to people are working on that. Of course, mathematics can be taken in the arts field, also economics, econometrics, that is the mathematics of economics, archaeology. So much to excavate and find out with the treasures which are buried inside the uh, uh, inside the below the earth has to be taken out, and then what is this entire ancient Indian things which we talk about. There are so many things to explore in that. So archaeology, we have in Mumbai University course on MA in archaeology also, and many other universities offer. Mass media, communication, journalism, again a very important area, growing field. You might have been watching those 24/7 news channels, and they require reporters on the field, and they require reporters on the screen. They require people to remain, write down the script. So all things related to journalism, right from videography to editing to scripting to news reporters to everybody. So this is again a very huge area. Fine arts, something which is very much important. India had a long tradition of fine arts, and we have heard so many good names. Raja Ravi, for example, and his paintings and his sculptures. In Indian sculptures, we can see so many things. Economics got repeated. Rural development. We say India is a country of villages, and everything works under the village panchayat. So how a village can prosper, how a village can grow and be independent, who will think about this? And what are the courses which will give you insights on that? It's rural development. Political science, we need to understand the science of politics, and therefore political science plays a major role. Geography is also related to geology, again a very important area. Public administration, as we all know, that whether it is Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Economic Service, so all these things are there. Population studies, we have census done every 10 years, and beyond census we have so much of data of more than 1 billion population. And how do we analyze this huge data of population? What we talk about today, that India is going to live in the next 35 years with a demographic dividend. And what is this demographic dividend about? It is the age group of the people with the who is in the larger population domain, and that is a young population which India is going to have up to 2055. This is a demographic dividend for us, and we have to use it for the betterment of the country. Who will study on this is coming from the area of population studies. And of course, social work, so many things to do for the society, right from our birth to our death. Everything what we get in our life is due to the society. Do we will we ever think of giving back to this society is the question here. If yes, and we should be giving, definitely, how we will give back? So there are so many things for we to do as a part of this society, as a part of giving back to this society. I think this is again a big area in which we have to think where we can work. This is again a small perspective. I'm definitely I'm using the word small deliberately because there's a whole lot of thing when you dive into these things. Let's go to the commerce stream. And we all have heard about, because if I ask you what do you do in commerce, we say BCom. That's all. After BCom, what do you do is MCom. But I'm listing out certain things here, and you should be also getting a good perspective here. Like we can do definitely BCom, MCom, the traditional commerce programs, but in addition to that, we can do with specializations. That is BCom in banking and insurance domain, or the banking domain is having high prospects. Despite of the pandemic, a lot of employability is still available in the banking industry and the insurance domain. BCom in accounting and finance, BCom in financial management, so many things to manage with respect to the finance. So let us not only think of doing plain BCom, but BCom with some specializations. We can do management programs, bachelor in management studies, masters in management studies, or what we traditionally call as MBA. And again, MBA has so many specializations. We can do MBA in export, MBA in retail management, MBA in information security, and so many other things are there. Of course, these are all common things which people know about commerce industry, which is chartered accountant, company secretary, and ICWA. There are ways in which we can get enrolled for that, pass the examinations, and get into the field of. This is a very good professional field, obviously. Then the subjects or the areas is financial accounting and auditing, cost accounting, foreign trade policy, with the whole world coming together as far as the market is concerned, and globalization into the scenario. So many things to do with respect to foreign trades. So many laws are going to take. So you need to also this law profession, legal profession. And this legal profession is not only criminal law kind of things, but there are corporate laws also, and people are expert in those corporate laws, which are very much required. There are laws related to medical profession, and then therefore medical legal profession is also a growing profession. Corporate legal profession is a growing profession. So law is also not only should not be looked into like jolly LLB kind of that picture which we had, somebody going and standing in the court. It is not only that. Of course, that is a major part of the legal profession. Then management is there. Lots of things come under management. Again, management is a very, very wide word I am using. Under management, there are plenty things which people can do. Advertising, again, is a growing field. People who can write 1 minute storylines for advertisement, it's very important. On the news channels or TV serials which you see, in between there are breaks, and in these breaks there is an advertisement. What is the time duration of the advertisement? The advertisement is not more than 10 to 20 or 30 seconds, because the channels charge per second. So in a 30-second span, the advertising agency has to decide how the product has to be communicated to the audience. So it is a skill. It is something which is very, very important field. Taxations. So taxation laws, diploma in taxation law, indirect tax, direct tax. So many things in the area of taxation. Banking and finance. Operation research, that is optimization of the resources. In less money, more, how much maximization of products can happen, maximization of the output can happen. So all optimization things can be done under the operation research. Marketing, all kinds of marketing. Business management, managing a big business, and inside business, the managerial things which people have to do. All these are major areas. Okay, again, a list is not I mean, it doesn't include everything. So there are certain areas which might have been left out. This is overall picture of what can happen in the commerce industry. Then coming to science, coming to the basic subjects like physics, chemistry, maths, biology, statistics, so many different areas where we can concentrate. Even if I talk about a subject like biology, it is not only the biology, it is microbiology, biotechnology, bioinformatics, then botany is there, zoo is there, life science is there. So many things come under this biology, one word biology. And we go into the specializations after we do the 12th standard or after we do the graduation. There are so many diploma courses which we can do. Under chemistry also we have physical chemistry, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, industrial chemistry. Under that also there are so many subdomains in which we can work. In physics we have different kinds of subjects to study. Solid state physics is there, quantum physics is there, nuclear physics is there, and in many more areas of physics. Mathematical physics is also one such good area. Maths and stats, again, pure maths to applied maths, a whole lot of things can be done. So again, what I'm trying to tell you here is that the subjects are just representative of the career which is there. If you go into the details of each subject, you will find good amount of career prospects is there. It is not that, for example, if you do BA or BSc, then you have to become a teacher, or if you want to, you become a clerk. No, let us break these kind of thoughts which are there in our mind. And the world has changed, and the world has given you different prospects with different subjects. Let us come to engineering. So many subfields of engineering: mechanical, electrical, electronics and telecommunications, civil, computer engineering, information technology, instrumentation, chemical, textile engineering, aeronautical, biotechnology, as I said, genetics is there, marine engineering is there, engineering is there. So under engineering also there are so many different things. It is not that engineering means computer engineering. If you ask anybody doing studying for JEE, he will say, what do you want to do? I want to do computer engineering. What is so great in computer engineering? Because the whole world is going to revolve around artificial intelligence, and there is Alexa is going to guide the world. It is not going to be like that. So there are people, the society will require civil engineers, the society will require electrical engineers, the society will require chemical and textile engineers, and all kind of different engineers. It is not that the world is only going to be driven by computer specialists and information technology specialists. I am not a critique of computer or information technology, but let us try to understand that engineering has different subfields, subdomains, and all have their own importance. It is that only that we have to look into a right perspective, even if you want to do engineering. And I generally don't recommend doing engineering, because all engineers, not all, but majority of engineers finally land up into some managerial jobs, which is not good. So you should be looking into the proper perspective, and with a predetermination that why you want to do electrical engineering or why you want to do genetic engineering. That why has to be answered first before you go into the. After going into engineering, there is no scope of coming back. Many people who after engineering come and meet me and ask me a question, can I become a teacher, mathematics teacher? So I sometimes really think that why do engineering, after doing 4 years of specialization in engineering field, why does a person want to come back and become a teacher in such a subject like mathematics or some other subjects? It is because when we chose that path of engineering, the decision was a biased decision. It was not an unbiased decision. It was not based on our own likings and interest. It was based on some other prejudices. So when you are choosing your career path, courses, subjects, you have to be very much careful whether that is something in which you would really want to do your career at the end of the day. That is something major. And then coming to the very famous career after engineering is the medical. So generally a science student is thought of only two domains, engineering and medicine. But then beyond engineering and medicine also there is a whole lot of stuff. Okay, in medicines, what you have allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, and so many other pathies which are there under the Ayush Mantralaya. You can choose, and besides medical, there are paramedical things. Also, architecture is there. Then environmental science is there, computer science, IT, as I said, as a broader. Geology is there. We need geologists. Pharmacy, very important. Now you can see medical and pharmacy are having a very much importance in the area, in their area because of COVID pandemic. But then overall, it is an important field. Fisheries is there. India has a good coastal belt on the west and the east. So fisheries is very important area where people can work. And of course, fisheries compared with management, then again it's a different job prospects. Health area is there, nutrition is there. We have so many nutritionists coming up, and they tell you, some nutritionists tell you to have meal only twice a day. Some will say as many times as you want in a day. Everybody has its own way of dealing with the health good health of people. But then there is a lot of importance as far as jobs is concerned. Food technology is there. So these are something which is very much specific to these three streams which are most of talked about. Beyond that also there is a word. Like there is a hotel industry, hospitality management we have heard about. So many things are there. Cafeterias are coming up, catering is there. So many people would like to do entrepreneurship kind of using the catering. Hotel management gives you a job prospects related to hotel industry. Then food and nutrition also is a part of hotel industry. Travel and tourism, with the entire world moving here, people moving from one part of the planet to the other part of the planet. Traveling has become extensive. Tourism has become very extensive. There is a guide required at every tourist place, and there is also a facilitator required for this travel and tourism. So this is again a booming industry, and of course we have to look it into our own interest and likings. I'm repeating that again because we should not look into the career prospects only with respect to whether it is going to give you a good amount of money at the end of the month. So don't only look into the myopic view with respect to salary, but maybe many people would like to choose travel and tourism because they have certain kind of personality which makes them move around, and then moving around and go visiting places is something which it is a part of their personality. That can become their profession. Their hobby can become their profession. So that is how you can look at it. This home science is again something which is very important. At home, what are the things which generally women can do? And of course, this is no gender specific. Men also can do so many courses under home science. Teacher education, very important area, and I was very sad to see that very less people wrote about this when I asked them to write what is the career choice which they think of. Becoming a teacher is most important job which you can think of, career which you can think of, but only if you have that instinct in you. If you can spark a light in somebody's mind, then yes, you can become a good teacher. Why I'm saying so, that both the sense that it is required in higher numbers, but with good quality only. Why I'm saying in high numbers, because our population is going to increase, right? It is never going to stop at, it is not going to be stagnant at a point. So every generation we require good people to teach them, to facilitate them, to guide them, to inspire them. And teachers are a real inspiration for many. So we should be becoming a point of inspiration for many students, many children, and the next generation has to be groomed and mentored. So that is what is being done by a teacher. So doing B.Ed, M.Ed or NetSet, which can make you a teacher in a college or a university or a school, even at a Anganwadi or Balwadi or a playgroup teacher also is equally important as a university or a college teacher. The morals, the ethical values, the constitutional values, the common sense, the civic sense, the all good qualities which a person requires to become a good citizen, a good human being. Who gives those things to a student knowingly and unknowingly? It is the parents at home, it is the teachers in the school, college, and it is the society at large. But a majority of that is coming from the school, college system, where the teacher is the sole person which gives you directly, indirectly this particular value. So therefore, teacher education is very important. Then coming back to libraries, library science, then all these professional things. So pet care, for example, so many people have pet, but how to take care of pet? Then drama is there, radio jockey, disc jockey, music, singing, hairstylist. I'm just listed a few, and then it can go on. The list can go on like this. But something like a hairstylist also is a good profession. And nowadays, problems related to hair are also increasing. So you can have a hair specialist also coming up. So a lot of things are related to that. So just look around, and you will see so many things which you can do, so that as a part of your career, not as a part-time career, but as a full-time career also. Now, giving all these different kind of options in front of you, before I end, I'll just end in the next 5 to 8 minutes, and then we'll come to take questions. What I always feel is that as I showed in my first slide, that what is that which through which you should decide your career path. It depends upon your sattva and swattva. Similarly, once you choose your career path, what is that will make you sustain in your career path? So the next slide is going, of course, I forgot to talk about defense. I'm sorry for that. So let me finish defense and then I'll come to the concluding slide. So I was very happy to see that people are more interested in going into Army, Navy, and Air Force. So this is what you can look through National Defense Academy and Naval Defense Academy and all those things. If you do a small Google search, definitely you will find, but it is a good prospect. And more than a job or a career, I'll say it is giving back to the society kind of thing. देश ने समाज ने इतना कुछ हमें दिया है, उस देश समाज को वापस देने की दृष्टि से अगर देखेंगे तो सही करियर अगर कुछ हो तो वो है टीचिंग प्रोफेशन और डिफेंस. तो ऑफ कोर्स ऑल मेडिकल में जो काम करते हैं, इंजीनियरिंग में काम करते हैं, एवरीबडी ट्राइज टू गिव बैक टू द सोसाइटी, बट इन अ लार्जर सेंस, yes, I feel that defense is a very important area which young aspiring minds should also think of becoming a lieutenant, becoming a colonel, becoming a general, becoming an army officer, and becoming a pilot of the Rafale, which has come just recently. So it's a good thing that you can also think of defense opportunities. Let us come to the concluding part, because as I showed in the first slide that what is the foundation on which you should decide your career path, I should also not, it is my duty to share with you that what is that will make you sustain in the career path, because just choosing it and walking on the path is not going to be helpful. So all of us have heard about this intelligent quotient, IQ, because this is what is under the discussion many a times. So it all basically talks about your intelligence. What is, how much intelligent you are as far as the subject domain knowledge is concerned. What are the different capabilities with respect to the subject you have? What are the skills you have acquired, and what is the knowledge which you have acquired, basically based on the 5 senses. So we have heard about those 5 senses which we have. And if you ask me what is that IQ about, actually I would definitely say that it is about what I think. Okay, so if I just write it, I'm writing with my mouse, so I'm not going to look good, but it is what I am writing big because I feel that this is very important. So what I think, IQ is about what I think. What is my left brain actually basically thinking about? So the left brain basically you can say is about intelligent quotient. So many people talk about high IQ. So if you want to have a good career in engineering, sciences, medical, and all that kind of high profile job, you have to have a high IQ. But people, in addition to IQ, later on also started talking about emotional quotient, EQ. So only having a high IQ is not going to help, but EQ is also equally important. People started saying, and EQ talked about the emotions of individual. It also talked about the determination of an individual, how determined you are to the specifics in your life. How much is your involvement in particular things? If you're doing a job, if you're doing a business, if you're doing certain kind of service, then what is the dedication, determination, involvement, and what are the emotions? How much you can put into that? That talks about your EQ. So if IQ talks about what I think, EQ talks about what I feel. So what do I feel when I am doing a particular job? If I am a doctor, I am serving the COVID corona patients. How do I feel when I am serving them, when I am doing a service for them? So that is something determines your emotional quotient. And again, emotional quotient determines how you will work in a job environment, in a work environment. The people after IQ and EQ then started talking about the spiritual quotient, or the spiritual intelligence is measured using quantitative factor is the spiritual quotient. So people started talking about the spiritual quotient of an individual, that what are the foundations of an individual, that also matters in the long run. What are the values? What are the ethical values? What are the moral values? I'll always speak the truth, whatever come what may. I'll always speak the truth. I'll always put my 100% into that. And all these values which we have, moral and ethical values, how much they are there in me. That is the spiritual quotient. What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? If I am doing a job in a pathological lab, if I am doing a technical job, I am a wireman, I am an electrician, I am a pottery maker, I am a fine art artist, I am a drama artist, I am a music composer, I am a singer. Why am I? What am I? What is the purpose of my life? So foundations, willpower, values, the purpose, self-awareness about own self. That is something which decides the spiritual quotient. The spiritual quotient of an individual increases the power of intuition, consciousness, and it is something which is beyond these five senses which we talk in the intelligent quotient. It is something beyond that. Okay, so if IQ talks about what I think and EQ talks about what I feel, then actually spiritual quotient talks about what I am. And I think that is something which is very much detrimental in whether I will be sustaining in the life. So higher this domain, which you can see, this is the common area which is common to IQ, EQ as well as EQ. This is the place which is going to decide how you are going to sustain or how you are going to perform in your career path. So this is something which we all have to understand, that it is only not the knowledge of the left brain, knowledge of the right brain, but the knowledge of the entire brain. Okay, putting your entire thoughts, your mind, your intelligence, your emotions, and your purpose and values is going to make you a successful person in your life, and is going to determine whether you will not only succeed in your career path, but you will also sustain in your career path, and you will guide others along with you. So how do you behave with your colleagues? How do you go along with your colleagues? Because never we will be working alone. Whether we are doing whatever kind of job, career, or business or entrepreneurship, whatever we do, we will never be doing it single-handedly alone. We will be having people around us. We'll be having people working with us, working above us, working below us. How do we have a working relationship with all these people, and still together we are able to deliver and reach to the goals whatever we have set in the initial stage of when we started walking towards the path of career? I think that is something which is very, very important for all of us to understand. It is very important in Bhagavad Gita. We all know between Krishna and Arjun there was a dialogue before the war of Mahabharata started, and Arjun was worried that in front of him there are so many senior people standing there, and so many good people whom he knows who are his relatives, who are blood relation. How can he fight with them and kill somebody? And then at some point Krishna says to Arjun that that verse is very nice. The word is hatova prapsasi swargam jitvava prapsasi mahi tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhasya karyarata. So he says, Krishna says to Arjun that if you die in this war of Mahabharata, then you will go to heaven. But if you live in this war of Mahabharata, after this war is over, if you live, then the entire world is yours, the Prithvi is yours. And you, therefore, it is very important, because if this earth, if this world wants you to lead them, then you have to take your instruments and you have to fight this war. Tasmat uttishta kaunteya is what Krishna says. So we also have to understand that what is our inner strength, why are we here, for what is the purpose we are doing this. If that is not understood, then we will not be able to perform. And therefore many a times we have to balance between different things. In order that we have a satisfied and a very fruitful, truthful kind of career path, we have to have this common intersection of IQ, EQ, and SQ. That is the emotional quotient, the spiritual quotient, along with the intelligent quotient. All these three things together is going to finally determine how is your career going to be. I think with that, I'll just end my talk here, and I'll come back to you with some questions which definitely might be there in your mind. And if there is something in addition which you would like to ask to me, then definitely I would like to, I will be happy to reply. So Aniket ji, if there are any questions, you may please ask.
sir, this was a really nice lecture. I guess all the students will be very happy. All the students will be very happy to learn such a great knowledge from you. There are some questions. Anuradha Sarde is asking, please tell any new courses like actuaries.
Yeah, in my presentation, I didn't write about actuarial sciences, but to find courses, it is not like that. Just like CA, there is a certain list of courses which you have to do under actuaries. And like CA, you have to register under the actuarial society. After registering there is a set of examinations which you have to give. And after you complete all the phases of examinations, you become an actuary, and you have to take the generally it is in the area of insurance where these actuaries are. These are very highly paid. In fact, more than a chartered accountant is what an actuary gets. So it's a very good thing. You just do a small Google search on actuarial society and you will get the details. Primary thing is to register there, and then the examinations have to be taken.
Next question is from Pranav Mahajan. He was asking about career in CA, but I guess you have already explained that.
Yes.
Then Ganesh Borkar wants to become a pilot. You have also told about that. Hanumant Deshmukh is asking, what is bifocal course?
Bifocal course is two different vocational courses which you can take. So when you are choosing in your 10+2, what are the different areas in which you would like to go further? So that is about bifocal, two different options which are there in your mind. So you have certain choices there, and from the choices you can select which is okay for you. But before that, as I said, you have to decide with respect to the vocational subjects which are there, the traditional conventional courses which are there. What is that you would like to do? Minute, I'll just answer one question which is actually not asked, but I forgot to say in my presentation also, that everybody who comes to meet counselors ask the first basic question: what is the education I should be taking? Which course I should be doing? I always say when somebody comes to me, I ask a counter question to them. And the counter question is, what you want to become after 10 years? Tell me that first. Then I will tell you, say, for example, you tell me I want to become an electrician. Then I'll tell you, okay, then go and do ITI with electrical specialization, or go do engineering in electrical engineering. But if you ask me what should I do, and I tell you go and do medical, and you don't want to do medical, then what is the point of answering this question? So the answer to the question, what course should I take, depends upon what career I would like to take. That is a larger question. It may not be a very specific answer for you as of now at the age of 15, which is very much obvious. At the age of 15, we are not aware that what should we do as a career, but there should be a blurred picture in front of us. If I give you a blank page and tell you to draw something on that, you may not draw specifically the eyebrows and the eyelids and everything detailed. You will draw a sketch with a face, circular face, and a body. That is your idea about your career. These specifications can be worked out in the due process. Maybe after +2, you will be having a more idea about what the career can be chosen. One more thing I'll add, and I'll take the another question. Whom should I, from where will I get the information about different options in career? You have to talk to people. You have to go and meet people. You have to, say, for example, you want to do something in the area of insurance. Then you have to go and meet the people who work in the area of insurance, talk about them, how they are performing, what is they look for for their career in the next 10 to 20 years down the line. Like this, you have to move out of where you are, go to the internet or go to the people, find out different perspectives. Final decision is yours. Let us understand this and make it very clear.
Okay, sir. The next question is from Harshad Agre. He is asking, please tell me a little about Polytechnic.
Polytechnic is after 10th standard, you can do 3 years of diploma in engineering program, and that can be again mechanical, civil, and all those options which we have. That is, if you don't want to do engineering after 12th, 4 years after 12th, and you just do 3 years of diploma engineering and then directly go into the industry. If that is what you're looking for, then you should go for diploma. It is for those who would like to do a course, a program for 3 years after 10th, and then would like to definitely go into the industry after that. Of course, some people after diploma also go for again doing the graduation in engineering for 3 years, but that is up to you. Basically, it is immediately in the next 3 years, you are in the market where you can go for job prospects.
Okay. So the next question is from Anish Nikam. He's asking IAS after commerce.
So UPSC examination is the examination which decides the Indian Administrative Services. So you have to go to the upsc.gov.in website. You have to look out for the subjects. You have to choose your own subjects, whether they will be choosing language or humanities or social sciences or core science courses. Whatever you would like to choose, you have to decide. What are the educational qualifications which are required? You need to search for that. If you fit into that, now you are at 10 standard, luckily, so you have a lot of option in front of you. Later on, you should not regret, as I said in my presentation also, that after you choose a certain education, you cannot come back and redo it, because you have already given some time, energy and ambitions on that. So for example, if you're already decided at the age of 15 that you want to enter into IAS, then you should think whether going to commerce, arts or science is going to be useful for you. It is something which I cannot say that you go to arts, then you will definitely become an IAS officer, or you go to science and you definitely become an IAS officer. That definiteness depends upon your dedication, determination, inner qualities, your perseverance, and there is no luck factor. I never believe in luck factor.
As a professor of mathematics and as statistics explain, there is no luck factor. That is absolutely true, sir. Dr. Satish Nangirkar is saying, sir, it is very nice. The lecture was very nice. And we will take the last question. The last question is from Shraddha Rawal. She's asking, how should I pursue my career in fine arts?
Well, Mumbai has JJ School of Art, and there are certain similar kind of colleges around. You have to look for such colleges where there are courses and programs on fine arts. I will definitely say, don't look down upon any particular area. Everything is good. India was known for a long time from ancient times for good in the area of arts and culture, music, painting, drawings, sculptures. So if you are interested in going for fine arts, I'm really happy. You should definitely pursue. It is having a good career. One painting done by a good artist can go up to 100 crores or few more than that also. That is the value of good paintings. So if you have आपने वो कला है, then definitely you should go for that.
Okay, sir, the questions.
Commission after you get 100 crores.
It is true. So the questions are over. So for everyone, it was an absolute pleasure for Dr. Professor Mandar Bhanuse to be here on our show, on the webinar. The explanation given by you was really touching. I wish I would have got the chance to get this webinar when I was in 10th standard. That would have been a very, what I can say, it would have increased my drustikon to see the field of what I can do after 10. It was a very nice webinar, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, I hope, sir, we have a next webinar on new education policy, maybe after the draft is finalized and everything. So you can tell us how our education field is going to change.
Sure. Definitely. It is going to be good. Some of you who are at the age of 15 now will regret after 2 years that I should have been in my 5th standard or something there when this new policy came. But for the next generations, definitely it is a very, very positive thing to happen in the year 2020 when so many negative things are happening around. So it is begin again. So let us begin again with a new national education policy and with a very strong determination to make a new India, a strong India, and making Vishwa Guru, our Bharat Mata, as early as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here, sir. Thank you so much.